Λοιπόν, έχουμε να δούμε αρκετά καινούργια πράγματα μέχρι τις 9. Στην άλλη άκρη της γραμμής όμως έχουμε το θρυλικό Rudi Protrudi των FUZZTONES. Hello, Rudi.
Okay.
Hello, Rudi.
Hey.
How are you doing? How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right. Welcome to Channel 1. It's great to have you here. So, are you ready for Athens?
You bet. We've been just finished a Spanish tour and knocked them dead every night, packed the houses, and we're sounding really great, and I think we're going to kick Greece's ass.
I'm sure. I'm really sure. So, Rudi, can you tell us a few words about the wonderful tribute album, In Fuzz We Trust?
Well, there's so much to say about it. I don't know where to start, really. You know, I've been working on that album for 10 years, totally in secret. I never let anyone know I was doing it. And meanwhile, the whole time I was collecting tracks from various artists that I admired and influenced the FUZZTONES. Everybody from the 60s that we were really into, people like Arthur Lee from Love and Sean Bonniwell from The Music Machine, Sky Saxon from The Seeds, The Electric Prunes, The Monks. I've gotten to know all these people over the years. And sometimes when I was living in Los Angeles, maybe some of them would be in town, and I would persuade them to come into the studio and do some tracks for me. And some of the bands sent their tracks from wherever they lived, and it was a long, involved process. One of the most fun parts of it really was to combine musicians from different bands that I really admired, you know, like I got Dick Taylor from The Pretty Things to play with the Shadows of Night. I got The Pretty Things to sing harmonies with the Electric Prunes. Got Davey Allen, the King of Fuzz, to play guitar with Craig Moore from The Gone. A lot of really interesting pairings on the record.
Rudi, how do you feel really being a legend? Let's be honest here. You know, working with such a legendary band for so long.
How does it feel?
Yeah, how do you feel? Looking back, you know, yeah.
It keeps me young.
I'm sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I still love the FUZZTONES as much as I did 34 years ago. It's my entire life, and it's my religion, and it's my job. You know, it's everything rolled up into one. You know, but the band, as it is now, we've been a four-piece now for 2 years, I believe. We made our debut as a four-piece in Greece, but we didn't intend to. We lost 2 members a week before we came to Greece last time, so we kind of weren't really quite comfortable. But in the last 2 years, we've gotten very comfortable as a four-piece. We really sound great. We've become much tighter as friends. Now it's very much of a family, and it's really fun to travel with these guys and to everything that we do together. You know, it's just about the tightest that the band has been in many, many years.
All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
Any news? You know, are you working for a new album, maybe a new studio album?
Well, we did cut 8 tracks in Tel Aviv last year, just the rhythm tracks. We never got around to finishing them yet. There's talk of going into the studio, cutting a few more songs and releasing it, but as of right now, we're so busy with touring and with other projects that it might be a little while before that happens. Right at the moment, our American label, Cleopatra, is preparing to put out a live box set. 2 albums that have never been out, live albums. One is with Craig Moore when we did the Gone Primitive tour about 4 or 5 years ago. It's a really, really kick-ass, really raw, rocking album. Another album that's going to be in the set is a very rare live recording of the Lysergic Emanations lineup in 1984. And the third album in it is going to be the re-release of the Screamin' Jay live album with a DVD along with it. Because 3 of the songs were filmed and no one's really ever seen it, so we're going to include that. And that's coming out. And then over here in Europe, we're doing a 7-album box set of reissues of all the stuff that people can't get anymore. And there's going to be a few unreleased surprises in that as well.
Fantastic news.
So a lot of stuff. And then on the side, I've been playing solo, and I've been playing also with my blues band, which is called Rudi Protrudi Unfuzzed. And we recorded a live album as well that's going to be out in June. So we've been keeping very, very busy.
Speaking of Screamin' Jay Hawkins, Rudi, can you describe Screamin' Jay? I'm talking, about the person, the guy off stage,
Well, he was very sweet, a very nice guy. He was very mischievous. He liked to play jokes. He was a practical joker. And but he was a very nice and generous guy. I mean, like, he invited me to his house and he cooked for me. That's not really what you expect from one of your idols, We stayed friends for many years. And after he died, he continued to play tricks on me. Several times he showed his presence, doing, little tricky things, like when I was talking to people about him, the lights would start flickering on and off.
Come on.
Yeah. I was talking about him to Lana when we first met. We were going to a club, and I was talking about him, and as we walked in the club, the first thing we heard was, "I put a spell on you." Just came out of the speakers. And once I was driving a car over a bridge at night, and the lights went out over the bridge, and there were no lights at all, so I was in total darkness, and just as I started to get scared, it came back on. The next night, it happened again at the same exact point in the bridge, and what I remembered is that the last time that I saw him, he was doing that. He had me drive around in his car, and he had one of those garage door openers that you do with your hand.
Yeah.
And he made me stop at his wife's house, and he did that with her garage door. And I said, it must have been him that turned off my lights. But the craziest thing was about 5 years ago, the FUZZTONES went to America to play a festival.
Yeah.
And they had the swine flu scare, and we wanted to get back home as soon as possible before they start martial law. So we went to the airport, and we're standing at the airport talking to a woman who has no idea who we are at the counter, right? And her friend who's working there just comes up to me with a piece of paper, and she says, "Do you know this person?" And I look down at the piece of paper, and the paper says Screamin' Jay Hawkins.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I know he's with me. He's like my angel, my guardian angel.
Yeah.
And we got out of there.
It's true. Any advice for a young musician, Rudi?
Yeah, my only advice would be do it for the love of it. Don't do it for the fame. Don't do it for the money, because you're going to be sorely disappointed. If you get into this business doing what you really love, then no one can take that away from you. But if you're doing it just to get famous or to get money, even if you do make it, you're not going to be happy because you're not playing what you really want to play.
Okay, Rudi, thank you very, very much from my heart. See you in Athens really soon, okay?
Well, we can't wait.
All right.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
To the medicine.